If you're a native English speaker or very good at English, chances are you've been quoting the Bible without even realizing it. Phrases from the King James Version of the Bible have become so deeply woven into the English language that they're now an everyday part of how we speak and write. The following 40 sayings, ranging from pithy expressions to vivid idioms and powerful metaphors, are just some of the many biblical phrases that colour our everyday speech. 1. Pride comes before a fall. Taken from Proverbs 16:18. Pride goeth before destruction, and an haughty spirit before a fall. 2. The blind leading the blind. Taken from Matthew 15:14. If the blind lead the blind, both shall fall into the ditch. 3. A wolf in sheep's clothing. Taken from Matthew 7:15. Beware of false prophets which come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravening wolves. 4. You reap what you sow. Taken from Galatians 6:7. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. 5. An eye for an eye. Taken from Exodus 21:24. Eye for eye, tooth for tooth, hand for hand, foot for foot. 6. Turn the other cheek. Taken from Matthew 5:38 and 39. Ye have heard that it hath been said, an eye for an eye, and a tooth for a tooth. But I say unto you, that ye resist not evil, but whosoever shall smite thee on thy right cheek, turn to him the other also. 7. Nothing new under the sun. Taken from Ecclesiastes 1:9. There is no new thing under the sun. 8. The writing on the wall. Taken from Daniel 5:5. In the same hour came forth fingers of a man's hand, and wrote over against the candlestick upon the plaster of the wall of the king's palace. 9. By the skin of your teeth. Taken from Job 19:20. I am escaped with the skin of my teeth. 10. Judge not, lest you be judged. Taken from Matthew 7:1. Judge not, that ye be not judged. 11. Go the extra mile. Taken from Matthew 5:41. And whosoever shall compel thee to go a mile, go with him twain. 12. A house divided against itself cannot stand. Taken from Mark 3:25. And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. 13. Cast the first stone. Taken from John 8:7. He that is without sin among you, let him first cast a stone at her. 14. The salt of the earth. Taken from Matthew 5:13. Ye are the salt of the earth. 15. Good Samaritan. Taken from Luke 10:33. But a certain Samaritan as he journeyed came where he was, and when he saw him, he had compassion on him. 16. The patience of Job. Taken from James 5:11. Ye have heard of the patience of Job, and have seen the end of the Lord, that the Lord is very pitiful and of tender mercy. 17. A thorn in the flesh. Taken from 2 Corinthians 12:7. There was given to me a thorn in the flesh, the messenger of Satan to buffet me. 18. The powers that be. Taken from Romans 13:1. For there is no power but of God. The powers that be are ordained of God. 19. The straight and narrow. Taken from Matthew 7:14. Because strait is the gate, and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it. 20. The apple of his eye. Taken from Deuteronomy 32:10. He kept him as the apple of his eye. 21. Signs of the times. Taken from Matthew 16:3. Ye can discern the face of the sky, but can ye not discern the signs of the times? 22. Scapegoat. Taken from Leviticus 16:10. But the goat on which the lot fell to be the scapegoat shall be presented alive before the Lord, to make an atonement with him, and to let him go for a scapegoat into the wilderness. 23. A drop in the bucket. Taken from Isaiah 40:15. Behold, the nations are as a drop of a bucket, and are counted as the small dust of the balance. 24. A stumbling block. Taken from Romans 14:13. Let us not therefore judge one another any more, but judge this rather, that no man put a stumbling block or an occasion to fall in his brother's way. 25. A labour of love. Taken from Hebrews 6:10. For God is not unrighteous to forget your work and labour of love. 26. Feet of clay. Taken from Daniel 2:33. His legs of iron, his feet part of iron and part of clay. 27. Seek and you shall find. Taken from Matthew 7:7. Ask and it shall be given you. Seek and ye shall find. Knock and it shall be opened unto you. 28. In the twinkling of an eye. Taken from 1 Corinthians 15:52. In a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trumpet, for the trumpet will sound, and the dead will be raised imperishable, and we shall be changed. 29. Wash your hands of the matter. Taken from Matthew 27:24. When Pilate saw that he could prevail nothing, but that rather a tumult was made, he took water and washed his hands before the multitude, saying, I am innocent of the blood of this just person. See ye to it. 30. From the four corners of the earth. Taken from Isaiah 11:12. And gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth. 31. The 11th hour. Taken from Matthew 20:6. And about the 11th hour he went out, and found others standing idle, and said unto them, Why stand ye here all the day idle? 32. Fight the good fight. Taken from 1 Timothy 6:12. Fight the good fight of faith. Lay hold on eternal life, whereunto thou art also called. 33. Love thy neighbour. Taken from Matthew 22:39. Thou shalt love thy neighbour as thyself. 34. Like a lamb to the slaughter. Taken from Isaiah 53:7. He was oppressed and he was afflicted, yet he opened not his mouth. He is brought as a lamb to the slaughter, and as a sheep before her shearers is dumb, so he opened not his mouth. 35. No peace for the wicked. Taken from Isaiah 57:21. There is no peace, saith my God, to the wicked. 36. Put words in someone's mouth. Taken from 2 Samuel 14:3. So Joab put the words in her mouth. 37. The last shall be first. Taken from Matthew 20:16. So the last shall be first, and the first last. 38. Money is the root of all evil. Taken from 1 Timothy 6:10. For the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some coveted after, they have erred from the faith, and pierced themselves through with many sorrows. 39. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Taken from Luke 6:31. And as ye would that men should do to you, do ye also to them likewise. And 40. The truth shall set you free. Taken from John 8:32. And ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free.